Hi, this is Matt, and you're listening to Bluegrass Jam Along, the podcast for anyone and everyone who loves bluegrass. Hey everybody, and Happy New Year. Hope you all had great holidays. Hope your New Year is off to a great start, and it's great to be back with some more content. This is the first episode of 2024, and it's a pretty short one, but I wanted to put this out because this weekend, 6th of January, would have been Earl Scruggs' 100th birthday. And there's a lot of stuff going on to celebrate that, and I will be putting out some very special episodes around that very soon. I've been conducting some interviews, there's some more to come. But I wanted to put something out today because on Earl's birthday, at the Ryman Auditorium, there's going to be a very special 100th birthday celebration. And it's sort of MD'd by Jerry Douglas, with Del McCoury Band, Alison Brown, Sam Bush, Michael Cleveland, Stuart Duncan, Bela Fleck, Sierra Hull, Justin Moses, Jim Mills. I mean, you know, Bryan Sutton, Tony Trischka, Abigail Washburn. There are so many cool people going to be at this thing on Saturday, January 6th. All the proceeds of this will go to the Earl Scruggs Centre. I think tickets are probably sold out by now, but this is also going to be live streamed, and you will be able to buy a pass to live stream this. So if you can't get to the Ryman, or you can but you can't get a ticket, this is also available on veeps.com, and I will stick a link in the show notes because you can buy a ticket to watch this, and I think it's going to be fantastic, and it's not expensive, and it's a sort of, you know, it'll be a once in a lifetime thing, I think, and all the proceeds of that will also be going to the Earl Scruggs Centre in Shelby, North Carolina. So before Christmas, I interviewed Jerry Douglas for these Earl Scruggs episodes that I'm putting out for almost 2 hours in the end, and there's a story behind that I'll tell you when we put the episodes out. But I talked to Jerry because he's sort of MDing and curating this night to celebrate Earl, and we chatted about that a bit, and so I wanted to just share a bit of that with you now before the event to sort of give you a flavour of it and give you a sense of that. There'll be a lot more from this interview with Jerry in the Earl Scruggs episodes when they come out. I'm still talking to people. I've interviewed Jerry, Tony Trischka, Tim O'Brien. I've talked to Alison Brown. I've talked to Kristen Scott Benson. And I have a bunch of interviews lined up over the next 2 or 3 weeks. So the stuff that I'm putting out as a tribute to Earl won't be out on his birthday this weekend. It'll come out later in January because I've still got some really cool people to talk to, and I want to get them all in if I can. But I'm going to share with you a little bit of what Jerry had to say about the event that's coming up, because I wanted to make sure we push it out there and get some people buying tickets to the live stream, because I think it's going to be exciting, but it's also for a great cause. So without further ado, here is a little bit of Jerry Douglas chatting to me about the Earl Scruggs 100th birthday tribute.
100th birthday, the day my manager said, hey, you know what I did? I booked the Ryman on Earl's 100th birthday, and I went, yes. So that just gives me, you know, I'm not playing the huge part in this thing. I'm just putting it together. I'm just the MD, you know. It's a whole night of a lot of banjos, which is not something that somebody sees me do very often. But it's for Earl. It's not for me. It's for Earl, and it's. And I talked to his granddaughter, Lindsay, Randy's daughter, the other day, and she's going to come say something about her grandfather. And, you know, they're gone. They're all gone. Randy, Gary, you know, Stevie. I knew them all. Played with music with all of them, you know, at the house, you know, with their dad and their mom. It was just crazy. I went to dinner with all of them one time. It was a wild scene because they all grew up on the road. And we just went to eat someplace, and I just got my food, and I looked around, and everybody else was finished waiting for me to go because it was like the bus is leaving, right? You're going to get oil spotted if you don't eat that really fast. They just wolfed down their food, and we're out of there, yeah. But it's just been it's been amazing to me to be able to get to know them, to really get to know them. And Louise, even when they moved into the new house, the First Lady Acres, Louise was taking my wife all over the house, like showing her the cobalt sink and the gold knobs on the, you know, it was like the Beverly Hillbillies had moved in, you know. It was the same thing. And they're just sweet country people who'd done really good job with their business. And, that'll be around for a long, long time. And, but Lindsay's going to come talk about her grandfather. And there's some other kids in the family too, grandchildren, but she's the one that to talk to if you want to do anything Scruggs related. She's the one. And I made it a point to, because I think it's really important to have Scruggs there. And, Chris Scruggs it's kind of a tragic story about he didn't really get to be part of the family. But he's as much one of them as any of those kids are, and can really play. And I think he just really wanted to be a musician. His mother was a musician. His father was a musician, and his grandfather was a great, legendary musician. And I think it just drove him. And I would like to have him there, but I can't get him there. And so, okay, but the rest of it's all about Earl. It's all going to be about Earl. And I want to have, like I do transatlantic sessions, we have sofas on the stage. Mm. So nobody ever really leaves the stage. You're just kind of waiting to do your part. And so I'm getting the calls from everybody separately about what do you think you want me to do? And I'm just saying, well, we're going to have a couple of rehearsals a couple days before, and we'll put it all together. But I've got the shape of it, starting with like I said, the climber banjo and Earl and his brother Horace playing, which will be Jim Mills and Bryan Sutton just sitting, and there was that story about them starting when they finally got to where they could really play. They started out on the front porch of the house playing a song. And then to see how good their timing really was, they would take off in different directions and go and meet at the back of the house to see if they were still in time. It's like
brilliant.
That blew my mind when I heard
so
that.
You're going to send Jim and Brian out round the Ryman to meet at the back of the
meet in the parking lot. Yeah. But no, I won't make them do that. I don't know if anybody can really do that, but unless you're carrying a metronome with you. But that was just incredible stuff. And I want to showcase some of that stuff, some of the earlier stuff before he was with Monroe, or, what his life was like. And, we only have so much time, and it's going to be hard to get all of this in one place, under one roof in a 3-hour period. And that's going to be the hardest thing to do, is put it all together. Yeah.
It sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh man, I can't wait. Can't wait to see it. I just want to see it. I'm going to play, but I'm not important. I want to. Everybody's important. Every piece of it is important. So it's that's what I'm after. I want to serve it. I want to serve Earl. I want to give him the best birthday party he's ever had.
Bluegrass Jam Along is proud to be sponsored by Collings Guitars and Mandolins, making some of the finest guitars and mandolins in the world since the 1970s. Visit collingsguitars.com and find out why.